Hello everyone, my name is MrSneakymode and this is a commentary on Scrapyard with the UMP45. I had to speed up the first minute or so, I guess, not even the first minute. This game is from a while ago. I'm quite sure it was a low level. I was something like 52 or 53 or something. I'm actually on my first prestige now. I'm about level 15 or so and leveling up regularly. But yeah, I wanted to post a game where I play a little more aggressively because a lot of people believe this game is a very kind of tactical, reserved mindset. And I agree with that. I do believe that you should play this game a little more cautiously, and you shouldn't focus on trying to rush in and get quad sprays and stuff. So this is just an example of kind of playing aggressively but still trying to keep myself alive. I've stopped posting the end score. That was a nice little triple spray, I guess, double kill then another kill. But yeah, I'm not posting my scores anymore because I think it makes it more interesting for you to find out. But certainly is a great score at the end of this match, a really good score in my opinion. And yeah, so people were asking me and talking about what happens when you prestige. Well, first off, you lose all your classes, all your kill streaks, all your perks, your weapons attachment unlocks. The only thing you do keep is all the playlists, of course, the game playlists, and you keep your call signs and emblems. So that's it really, and every 2 prestiges you unlock a new class. So prestige 1 you'll get a new class, so you'll have 6 custom slots. Then on prestige 3 you'll have 7, on prestige 7 you'll have 8, on prestige 9 you'll have 9, it just goes on like that. But yeah, so you can see right away, quite quickly, we're only about 3 minutes into the match after speeding it up, and I've already got a chopper gunner. This was before I stopped using it as much. I prefer, if I do want to go for the 11 kill streak size award, I usually just use the AC-130 because it takes a lot more precision and concentration to get the kills instead of mindlessly spraying. So yeah, 3 minutes in, we're 23-1, and the host backed out. He must have been sick of this chopper gunner that everyone's been using lately. So yeah, I'm not going to deny it. I enjoy rampaging and stuff with the chopper gunner, but it's just not entertaining to watch. I think after seeing it so much, it's like the tactical nuke. I had unlocked it before I prestige and I didn't even use it once. Like, I didn't have it selected at all, and I haven't unlocked it in this current prestige, and I have no intentions of using it because it's just, I've seen it so much, and I'm sure all of you guys have seen it a ton. If you really want a tactical nuke video, then I will get one for you, but personally I don't really have an interest in getting one. It's just it's just something else that I'm kind of bored of seeing, like the chopper gunner, and I want to kind of keep it more towards the gameplay and not these overpowered, or as people claim to be overpowered, killstreak rewards. I don't believe that anything in this game is overpowered. Yes, I'll agree that the 1887s do have a ridiculous range, but I just think people are making blanket statements. They think they know all about guns because of all the videos they've watched and stuff, but shotguns, some shotguns do have ridiculous ranges. Go and look up shotgun snipers and you'll be amazed at how far a shotgun bullet can be fired from specifically made shotguns. And remember, like the 1887 for example was a rifle shotgun. It wasn't a pump action or a semi-auto. It was it was pretty much a rifle with the shotgun barrel basically. So the range, realistically the range is quite normal, I guess, for some shotguns, and I don't believe anything in this game is overpowered because we have every single utility to combat them. for example, you know, if someone was using the chopper gunner, instead of complaining that it's overpowered, you could pick up a stinger or create a class with a stinger and choose it before your next death. You know, something simple like that will take down one easily. Put Scavenger Pro on if you miss with the first missile or whatever. Pick up another one and, you know, that's it, gone. The only thing obviously you can't combat in this game is the tactical nuke, and that's because it ends the game essentially. So the one thing that I learned in this game was not to complain anymore. You know, don't expect a COD 4 experience, and also don't claim that everything that beats you is overpowered. That's the number one thing that I didn't like in any video game I play, is when someone is being beat by someone, they call them, you know, they call them noobs and tryhards, and they trash them for being good at the game. But when they are also, you know, when the person who usually complains is playing well, they think they're a god and they think everyone else is still a noob. So it's really one-sided, and it's something I really don't appreciate amongst gamers, is that when they can't accept defeat, they insult it, and, you know, they complain and say it's bad, and they still have like this some sort of self-righteousness about them, that they think they should deserve more than what they're getting. And, you know, it's just it's not a good etiquette for playing games. When you're playing games, I understand playing competitively. I mean, for those that do know, me and Perry and the other top-notch multimedia guys started the COD 4 Pro website, and that was pretty much 100% competitive, you know, COD 4. I understand that it's fun. I mean, I understand the fun in it, and I understand why people are driven to play competitively. But when you're playing pub matches, you know, you can't complain about the stuff that most you see people complain about, like the chopper gunner and such. It's just, it's childish, and it's unnecessary, because, you know, regardless of how much you complain, you know you have every opportunity to combat these things you complain about. And you know, who cares if it takes 3 more bursts for an M16 to take out Painkiller? The whole purpose of Painkiller is to give you that 10-second, you know, head start against everyone else, because you have died 4 times already or 3 times already. Painkiller is not by any means overpowered. It lasts for 10 seconds, and it's made specifically to give that ridiculous boost. So someone, you know, a lesser player who maybe isn't as good at the game, actually has a chance. You know, if you want to combat a shotgun, you know, don't run around the map like COD 4. You know, stick back and pick everyone off with your sniper or your long range assault rifle. You know, I can guarantee anything, you know, anything anyone has complained about in this game, it has its yang. You know, this yang has yin and yang, it's called, or yin yang, I believe is the correct way to say it. You know, everything has a balance, and everything has its ups and downs. So yeah, you know, assault rifles combat shotguns, and shotguns combat you know, aggressive players, and I guess they could also combat assault rifles if you get them from behind and such. So nothing has really been overpowered in this game, and there's nothing unfair in my eyes. Like, I believe there's nothing unfair in this game, and I really wish people would have the same kind of mindset as me, because I used to get really frustrated and aggressive when I played the COD 4 and this game, and then I've kind of got this new whole outlook on the game. You know, as far as these claimed overpowered things are, I'm going to use them if it helps me win. I'm not going to complain if someone else uses it, because, you know, I do have every single chance to combat them. You know, you have 5 classes and you don't need 4 sniper classes, so free up one with a, you know, a FAMAS and a stinger missile, and cold-blooded pro or something. You know, design a class specifically for these air support rewards, and, you know, happy trails, man. You won't be getting frustrated anymore, because, you know, you'll be the sensible one combating these things, instead of, you know, sitting at the back like a little child complaining. So I don't know how we managed to digress into that topic, but hopefully it is something I do want to talk about and voice my opinion on. hopefully you take my advice and, you know, just kind of learn to combat the things that you complain about instead of complaining, because, you know, complaining at the end of the day, in the long run, in life in general, isn't going to get you anywhere. I believe it's called affirmative action. You have to do what you know it's supposed to be done, and not what the easy way out, I guess. So yeah, I haven't really. One thing actually I was just about to say is, for my future videos, I'm going to get a little more, you know, in depth and educational, I guess, about these matches and the weapons, the maps, perks, and all this. And I'm not going to, you know, kind of blab and ramble like I've done now. I'll explain more in the next video, guys. But yeah, I will see you in the next video.